Well, that's all there is, Walker. Make it go round. I'm only charging you for half of it. Dewey, if you're looking for your tools,
If they don't get here pretty soon, I can't get my planting done before the snow sets in.
well, they're on the freight from Phoebus, along with your plow and your gunpowder, McGuire, and Mrs. Loomis's tea, and all else is needed in this community. Now, look at that. I tell you, I'm just plumb out of everything.
Well, I reckon that means you're out of nails. Can't fix a roof if he's out of nails.
Well, now, I do have some cut nails, Daniel. See here? Could you use them?
No one else has a prior claim.
He'll take them off.
Right, Becky.
Oh, this fort's going to be in bad way if the Phoebus freight wagon is ever robbed.
I suppose you're referring to the Cumberland buckaroos.
Well, now that you point out, I suppose I am.
That freight wagon gets robbed. I'm out of business just about.
You and me and everybody else. This whole settlement won't last through the winter. You all have my word for it. It is not possible.
Oh, Daniel, this is Sir Ives Wallace, the King's Marshal, Daniel Boone.
Honored. I know of you, Mr. Boone.
Well, likewise on both counts, Sir Ives. This is my wife, Rebecca.
Mrs. Boone.
Sir Ives, you were saying that you didn't think the Phoebus freight wagon could be robbed. Why is that?
His Majesty's government have issued a decree. We could tolerate these buckaroos so long as they contented themselves with occasional depredations. They have now passed the bounds of tolerance. They have acquired a new captain.
Don't say.
I employ detectives. Do you know how much reward His Majesty's government now offer for their apprehension? Not mere pounds. 100 guineas. Gold.
Well, you don't think they might give themselves up to collecting?
I just about believe I would. No, sir. You should already have fled to other parts.
You don't know Dewey?
I know the criminal mentality. Above all else, it fears the noose.
I've heard that argued.
These buckaroos have already fled to escape it without costing the crown a farthing.
What I've heard of George III's penny pension, that could be an advantage.
In monarchs, it is called care for the common weal, not penny pinching, Mr. Boone. Though I admit I should never have suggested so large a sum had there been any chance of its expenditure. That is my art, sir. You can believe me, those scoundrels have departed.
Here she comes.
Is advertised Boston, New York, and Buffalo. 500 brave Americans. Go hail and go.
The Phoebus freight? Loaded with loot like a Spanish merchantman.
Is advertised in Boston, New York.
You don't think it'd scare off the buckaroo if you changed that to Cherry Valley and Secaucus?
That ain't where it happened.
You could hush up.
I'll hush him up for you.
Put that down.
I don't mean for that wagon to pass.
I don't aim to waste no time on burials, yours or theirs.
You call yourself a buckaroo?
Master pirate. Fallen to low estate, but not bereft of dignity.
Is that what you call it? To fear the sight of blood?
Davy, you were just born to hang.
Joe Snag. That's unlucky talk.
You're fooling yourself. You Cumberland buckaroos need me.
Just wait till we don't, Davy. I'll sop up his gravy.
After the hanging.
Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and tall as a mountain was he. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man. He was brave, he was fearless, and as tough as a mighty oak tree. From the coonskin cap on the top of old Dan to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippinest, roaringest, fightingest man the frontier ever knew. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. What a Boone wanted to do and what a great American was he.
New York, and...
Kids! Oh! Robbed him and hung him. He ain't ever killed before. Still warm. It ain't been very long. On time. We'd have been here earlier. It would have been us here instead of him. Hang on. Careful, careful. Let him down gentle. Gentle now. Now, 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 now.
Well, now, that was right neighborly of you.
Buckaroos!
Hey, look at this. We're rich, boys. You suppose there's something in here? All right, all of you, down off that wagon.
That was a low-down trick.
You wait till Boonesboro hears about this.
If Boonesboro does.
You can go.
Go?
Say hello to my friend Sidewinder when you get to Boonesboro. You got a man in Boonesboro?
One of your old crew before the redcoats ran you off the river?
What name was that again?
You better start walking while you still got legs. All right, let's get this wagon turned around and out of here before the whole world descends on us.
Dan, will you come down and try on your new jacket?
I am sure glad that you called me. Anything to get away from this husband.
Dan, we're old married folk.
Well, there's nothing more respectable.
Pa, we got company.
Every time I see you, Israel, you're eating.
It's Dewey.
Mr. Ives wants you right back to the tavern.
Well, you just tell him I got chores at home.
The Phoebus freight's been taken by the buckaroos. The freighters just got to the tavern. They've been walking all day, escaped by the skin of their teeth. The buckaroos come close to hanging them.
Oh, dear.
Now, that ain't the worst by far. Them murderers owned up. They got an accomplice right here in Boonesboro.
That's awful.
Well, that's true. Why would they want to give away their own man?
They dropped the wagon man a powerful hint by accident.
Pa, I could find out who he is. You know, I could sneak around like I was playing, and then I could listen to what everybody was saying.
You do, young man, and you'll get your hide tanned, and I wouldn't lift a hand to interfere. Now, you tell him that we don't know any spies.
He says between you and Cincinnati's keeping store, you know everybody in these parts. He wants you to put 2 and 2 together and come up with who in our midst the traitor is.
Can I come, Pa?
This is confidential, just between Cincinnatus and your pa.
King's marshaled orders.
You don't get to that position without your being shrewd, even if you are a sir.
Well, I shouldn't be long.
There from the tree he swings. Wall-eyed as a horse in fit. Tongue hanging out. Face as black as night.
Tongue lolling out. Face black as night.
Right.
Sam, this.
It just seems like there's nothing but robberies around here lately.
It was one of their own men.
So you went up to cut him down. His pals grabbed the wagon. He came to life again, and you took to your heels.
No, sir, I'm a freight man. I fought for that wagon. That's what I'm paid for.
That captain was bloodthirsty. Speaking about thirst.
The rum's out, but there's plenty of cold well water left.
The depraved mind of the criminal. Quite typical. Proceed.
Well, we knew that we was next in line.
I could feel the rope around my neck.
So you watched your chance, caught him napping, and got away. Now, about this traitor in our midst. Why did they tell you?
Why not? They didn't expect him to get here alive, did they?
Well, they was ready to hang us, don't you remember?
But I said, never while I got my strength. The captain looked at me, and he sneered and said, oh, no. He said, if you ever get back to Boonesboro alive, don't forget to look up our comrade. Our comrade. His name's right on the tip of my tongue.
Copperhead?
No.
Coppermouth.
I remembered it when I told you. One of your colonial servants.
Not Sidewinder.
Exactly right.
Who is this alias Sidewinder?
I ain't never heard that name used in my tavern. You tell us the same thing, wouldn't you, Daniel?
Mm-hmm.
Sidewinder. No, never heard that used around here before.
Oh, I'm disappointed in you, men. I was certain that you'd know the fellow. But I still have a trick or two.
Yes, I'll just bet you have, Sir Ives.
Come along.
Plain and simple truth, Daniel. I ain't never heard that name called. Not in my tavern.
Of course, Cincinnatus was right in saying what he said. If Sir Ives knew you were Sidewinder, he would have arrested you.
No one around here believed a thing like that about your Pa.
No one around here is a king's marshal, son.
Do you think the Buckaroo's new captain is Joe Snag?
Well,
Who else would call you Sidewinder?
well, now that's enough questions out of you, young man, for tonight. Up this ladder you go. Scoop. Up.
Maybe Joe Snag is in trouble. And his dropping the name Sidewinder was a signal that he needed some help.
Well, he's never been in such a jam before that he needed to call for help. Maybe it's just his way of sending greetings or an invitation to a fight. Or maybe he figures on getting even with me for tricking him into getting my furs back from those fur thieves.
They were your furs.
Yeah, but I felt like the pirate. And when Joe escaped the noose...
When you helped him escape.
Well, whether I did or I didn't, I still gotta get that wagon back.
Not alone.
That's the only way.
Dan, there isn't a man in this settlement whose existence isn't dependent upon what's in that wagon. Now, any one of them would be glad to help.
Well, when they get that wagon back, then they'll want to hang whoever took it. And if it is Joe, I wouldn't want to see him get hurt.
And if it isn't?
Well, then I might have a little trouble on my hands.
I'd feel much better if you took someone along.
Two of us to handle one measly bunch of buckaroos while we'd embarrass Kentucky.
I don't care who you embarrass. I don't want to see you go alone.
Pa can handle any amount of buckaroos.
And you get back to bed, young man.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, now, that was nice. I am glad to see that somebody around here has a little faith in me.
That isn't what I meant, and you know it.
Well, then you stop worrying about me.
And what makes you think I'm worrying about you? Worrying about that roof you said you'd fix.
Now, you know that that roof is going to still be there when I get back.
Ma?
Yes? What is it, Israel?
What do you suppose he wants so early in the morning?
I don't know, but I could probably guess. Now, Israel, don't say anything to offend him.
I'll try not to.
Mrs. Boone, young Master Boone, if you will summon your husband later.
I'm afraid he's not here.
Oh? When will he be back?
I only wish I knew.
You mean he's gone away? I don't recall his saying anything about this to me yesterday.
He didn't say anything about it to me yesterday either.
Paul's gone hunting.
And what may he be hunting, young man? Hmm? Ooh, the cat has your tongue. Perhaps I can help. Your pa wouldn't be hunting the king's golden guineas, I suppose. I'm right, young man. You may as well come out with it.
No, you're not. You're wrong. My pa wouldn't sell
That's enough.
Now, let him go on. What were you going to say? You'll fare better if you're honest. What were you about to say?
I was about to say that my pa wouldn't bend a knee to the king's gold.
You are young. Everybody kneels to gold. Eh?
Israel's right. My husband is not seeking your reward.
Splendid. Then he won't mind if I appoint him a temporary deputy, ineligible to receive reward.
How can you do that without him even knowing?
Equerry, I'm sending a dispatch to headquarters. Sand this. I wish the record clear when Mr. Boone returns with the Cumberland buckaroos, with his hand out for the guineas. I intend to hang those scoundrels here as soon as they arrive. We'll have no further trouble on the Cumberland.
Is that legal?
Legal?
That means according to the law.
I shall disregard your lack of manners, boy. And perhaps your mother has a point of sorts. I suppose I should take them in for trial. Oh, the expense is pitiful. Your colonial jury will only send them to prison to be fed at the king's expense. Well, better than 100 golden guineas lost.
In Boonesboro without a trial, indeed.
I think Pa'd sell Joe Snag for 100 guinea gold or anything. I know. I gotta learn to hold my tongue. And I guess I did offend him even after you warned me not to. Sorry.
Well, just this one time, maybe I'll forget about your being disobedient. Oh, my roof.
Don't worry, Mom. It'll be a long time till rain sets in.
So it will.
Clean him.
Clean it, Neil.
I told you, dry wood, little blaze, no smoke.
Who's gonna see it?
Nobody. Do as I order.
I don't have to take no orders from you.
Well, you do unless you want to find your own way to the hangman.
When my day comes, don't ask for no mercy.
Yeah, well, you just start from scratch and do it right. And you just might live till your day comes.
Get some wood.
Sidewinder.
I thought that was your back I was looking at.
Hey, let me embrace you.
Not until you lower those pistols.
Hey, why not? As soon as you lower that there rifle. Hey, did you come after the wagon?
Uh-huh.
Oh, there ain't a man in all creation hurts me worse to say no to than you.
Nevertheless, I've got to take it back with you.
Well, now you hear my story, then you'll be on my side.
Go ahead.
You take it better if you're sitting down.
I'll do the best I can right here.
All right, but it sure is tragic. You remember that district governor I told you about? One I relieved of all his earthly possessions when he's on his way up to Canada.
You loaned me some of his fancy London-made clothes?
Loaned them to you. I'd give them to you. Give you a gift out of pure friendship. Well, anyway, he turned out to be the vengefulest, worst-humoredest rich man I ever despoiled in all my business life.
Well, they're apt to be.
Well, in the dead of night, he come up with redcoats and cannons. Now, them redcoats we could have swallowed. But them cannons are roaring all around us. My house despoiled, all my boats were sunk, my men scattered to the winds.
And you joined up with these sleazy bunkaroos.
Oh, don't think I ain't embarrassed. Joe Snag, master pirate, original, untainted, non-Periel, living off them grubby settlers and all their dirty-faced kids and spouses.
Well, you'll feel better when I take their own back to them.
Now, wait. That wagon got 300-400 pounds of money value. Enough to set my house right, and for me again to be the master pirate that the good Lord in all his wisdom intended for me to be.
With a crew of buckaroos.
I wouldn't allow them on my river.
And they won't let you make off with that wagon.
Well, I can't do it by myself, but we can. Half for me and the other half you take back to them settlers.
Joe Snag, you never were ungenerous.
Well, I mean, I could round up all my poor forsaken men, you know, Little Priest and Blue Belly. They was friends of yours, too. You remember them.
If that freight were only mine to give.
You adamant?
I'm adamant.
Stalemate. Oh, you are a hard man to convince.
Say the same about you.
Come on.
I don't like the company you keep.
What, you thought I was going to turn you over to them? Sidewinder, that would be an evil day for both of us. They knowed you was here. No, I'm just going to stash you whilst you change your mind about our deal. Now, come on, hurry up. Somebody must have heard that rifle fire. Oh, wait a minute. I'm afraid it's too late. Hey, I've got him right over here. I got that thief.
Look out there, boy. You got a joke with that boy.
Worry about our wagon, spoil your appetite? Worried about somebody snaking it off when you ain't looking.
Now, hold it. Nobody couldn't snake it off without my seeing it.
Oh, no?
He come pretty close to it.
Without me, he'd have been long gone with it, but now?
He won't live to boast of it.
Yeah, well, you and him is alike in that way. He'll live just as long as I say so.
If I don't die of hunger first.
So any way you like.
Somebody fetch him some victuals, and right now.
They didn't invite him.
He's in the same line of work as us. He don't want to go hungry.
Oh.
Whoops.
Get it nice and clean for him now.
Here, if you don't clamp down real tight on your teeth, you won't notice a little bit of ashes.
Look out, I will take care of him.
Captain Nursemaid.
Yeah.
I got better things for you to do, the whole mess of you. Now, I want you to scout around out there and see can you find anybody. He might have brought his whole gang with him. You just cover the whole vicinity and you don't come back till you're sure. All right, you can't find nobody standing there. Get a move on. Go on.
He ain't very harness broke.
Yeah, him and smallpox. Hey, don't you eat that. Get you something fresh. Be careful, that thing. It's my fault.
You'd do better if you'd untie him.
Well, all you got to do is say the word.
It kind of sticks in my craw.
Sidewinder, won't you be reasonable? What? All four of them? And that'll be Davy. He's the only one who don't take orders.
He's leaving us.
Well, listen, I'll just be back directly if I don't get ambushed on the way, all right?
If you don't come back, I'll never call you friend again.
Here. Oh, here. Do the best you can with that. And don't spill a drop.
Didn't it hit you why Snag you got us out of our own camp?
In case the fella had a gang with him. I know I wouldn't want to work alone.
No more is he alone. He's working with Joe Snag.
All trussed up like a suckling pig.
To bewilder and confuse and rob us of our eye teeth. Remember when we were taking that wagon? He mentioned one of his old crew and then shut up like a clam as if he'd said too much.
A fella named Sidewinder. Hides out in Boonesboro.
That suckling pig is Sidewinder. How do you like that?
Well, one master pirate's hard enough. The two of them on us, we'd be the dirt beneath their feet.
There ain't but one thing we must do.
The pair of them.
Why not? Ruler and him and his pal, they can't walk on us.
Hadn't it been for you, we'd be on our way now. Happy as beggars on a holiday and rich as a pair of lords. They coming to do you in. Go on, get out of here.
How about you? I know you let me go.
Anytime Joe Snag can't talk his way out of the clutches of common buckaroos, here, take this. Go on now.
Joe Snag, I dote on you.
Yeah? Well, then you stop plotting to rob me. Leave my wagon be, huh?
Snag will put up an awful fight. Now, you three grab him and hold him. I'll take care of suckling pig. Now, wait till I give the word.
Go on in, Davy.
Rush it!
Find any skulkers?
Where is he? You let him go.
I did indeed.
Then what did I tell you?
He was one of my old river crew. Come to work with me again, you buckaroos. Well, you're wrong again, Davy, as usual. It's Daniel Boone.
Daniel Boone?
They sent him up to that wagon.
You raised a hand against him, all Kentucky would have been one hue and cry. I let him go to save your no-good rotten hides. That's how I've been working again you.
By gullies. By gullies.
Well, Kentucky don't care what we do to you.
Oh, we've been through all that before, ain't we?
Not the same. At that time, we still needed you. Bottle, fetch a rope. You'll soon see who of us was born to hang.
He hit me behind my back.
We ain't killed. Go after him.
What about you?
Someone's gonna grab the wagon.
We're close on him. Come on.
Now which way, Dumas?
He's got to be that way.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Come on, we can't miss him.
This sure is a sign of a buckaroo. Yeah, heaven sent gift for being wrong.
That's right, Joe.
Sidewinder.
I'm so dad blame hungry I could eat a skunk.
Over here.
Resting while we sweat, you're as bad as a pirate.
What are they after? This here wagon's what? I hadn't spent my night on guard. They'd be well away by now. So they got away.
Like the ground opened up and swallowed them.
That means they run up with Boone. Boone's worse than a cussing engine for hiding out. Puddle, hitch up the horses. Let's get this wagon loaded.
We've been up all night without any breakfast.
Yeah, we gotta get this moved before they finish theirs and come calling.
Makes me blood run red, man. Them laughing and lolling while we labor to protect what's ours.
Stop beefing and get this stuff up here. Rope's too tight.
Hell, ain't no worse than I had you. But if I'd have come on you fighting for your life against them buckaroos, I sure wouldn't just stood around and enjoyed the fight.
Well, I might have snuck up behind him and hit him with a club, if I'd thought of it.
So that's what happened to poor old Beetle and Puddles, huh?
Well, don't thank me.
I ain't. What's that you plotting there at camp?
Camp and the wagon. But there's no chance of getting that wagon without rousing them.
Yeah, well, why you think it's still there and I ain't back on my river? Looks like you're just gonna have to trust me.
The way you trusted me? Yeah. Reckon I'll have to.
Oh. Yeah, sure did feel a little naked without them. Now, the way I see it, you go to the camp and make a ruction and take off with them a hot-footing right after.
No, not me. You've already proved you can outrun them.
Whilst you make off with the wagon?
Neither one of us been able to get the best of the other one for very long, so what do you say we just let it rest?
Well, I guess we best to spy out the lay of the land, just handle whatever comes up, huh?
I don't hear anything. Walk soft. It may be an ambush.
Wagon's gone. My bed with it. They didn't even leave me nothing to wear. Well, they're out of hunting me. We're in luck there.
You may call it that. That's why I say a pirate should never associate with buckaroos. They learn.
Yeah? Well, they's getting away while you was busy mistrusting me. Well, leastwise, they left us a good tractor, feller.
While we're talking there, traveling, what we need to do is head them off.
Well, that's going to be mighty hard to do. There's two valleys leading out here side by side, and you can't see one from the other. Now, I don't know which one they took. Yeah.
I reckon we'll have to split up.
Yeah, well, if you spot them first, you fire a shot and let me know, and I'll do the same, huh? 5 to 1. If whichever spots him first is going to have to holler for help from the other one.
Yeah. So you take the north line.
Yeah.
First thing, I'll fill up the load, get capital. New rifle, horses, 3 or 4 new men. Oh! All right, you buckaroos. Everybody off. Oh. Maybe 8 or 9 new men. The name of Davy Rock will be historical.
Must have fallen out of the tree.
Well, however it got here, it's got to be carried away. Get to it.
Anytime, baby.
Buckaroo, he did fire. Serious trouble. Get soft in the brain. Looks like you need some rest.
Friends are beginning to wake up.
All right, on your bellies, faces down. Here, you, get over there. Come on, you two. There. I'll best get you in some shade. That sun's gonna addle your brain. Here now. You just sit there and blow out a spell. It's something I think I'd best to do. Hey, Davy, I want you to tie them rascals up now. Come on.
Tie them up.
Good and snug. Here. There you go. Hey, come on, get up there. Let's put a move on it. We ain't got all day here. That's it. Get them nice and snug now. That's it.
I'll get them.
Tight, Davy.
Yeah, well,
that's it. There you go. You'd best leave about 8 foot of that on the end for yourself, then.
myself.
Yeah. Come on. You just snuggle right in there. Snuggle right in there now, Davy. That's the way to go.
What are you doing?
Oh, we got to get you boys comfortable.
Snag!
We got to get you comfortable. Here. Wait.
Snag.
What?
You're not going to get away with this.
I ain't, huh? Well, I tell you ain't going to move for a while. You ain't going to move for a while, that's for sure.
Snag, get you choked.
That's enough.
Snag!
Now get your
Please.
paws up. Come on, get him up to the That's a good boy. Oh, we. Whoop. Now. Hey, now don't you try to move, or I'm going to shoot you on top of that. Well, I sure do feel mean leaving you here like this.
Leaving me?
Yeah, well, of course, now I could take you in a wagon, but that'd mean tying you up.
The same as I would you.
Now, tell me something. You feel strong enough to lift up them big feet of yours, huh? Yeah, come on. You know, sick as you be, you ought not to exert yourself like that. Hold it, Sidewinder. Wait a minute. I think you done broke my spectacles looking in there. Oh, now don't tell me you're going to get up again. Well, you must have hide thick on the barn board. Huh? Well, I'm pleading with you, Sidewinder. Don't exert yourself like that. Listen, I only need about half that freight wagon to put my house to rights again.
You don't need any part of it.
Well, I got to have 100 pounds.
You got it. Those buckaroos are worth 100 guineas gold.
Not even to a hungry cannibal.
To a king's marshal.
You mean I ought to turn them in?
Well, now, you caught them. You ought to put the rope on them.
Why, you rascal. Oh! Now, I know that was kindly meant, Sidewinder, but, see, a master pirate has got to live by a master pirate's code.
Offer it to me. I'll split his gullet for you and divvy up the guineas.
Yeah, me too.
After that, you still say no?
I would drown them in a sack like rats, but not for no reward from the king's marshal.
That's the way you feel about it.
Well, that's the way it's got to be. Israel!
Sir Ives ain't already been here and gone, has he?
Looks like he's coming now.
Well,
Pa said I'm not supposed to let you in.
but if it hadn't been for us, would there be no...
He said if you did come, you could sit down right there if you stay invisible and silent.
He wants to hog the glory for himself. Sir Ives.
Afternoon, your lordship.
That's Siraj.
Just a minute. Will you get that silly rag off of me? When I sweat, I don't want it stopping at my neck.
Will you hold still?
What? Ain't you afraid I'm going to escape? Yeah, well, I guess not. Not with the king's marshal standing right there at the door. All right.
Coming, Siraj.
This is the man.
I never thought you'd do this to me.
To you, I am the sufferer.
This is the hero who captured the Cumberland buckaroos.
What were you doing at the time?
Well, I was nursing a goose egg on my head.
What are you doing here?
Sir,
if I
listen,
had not listened to you in the first place, I should not be in this situation.
Sir, Your Honor.
Find them. I don't want to see them again.
I'm not going to let you get away with this. Now, I'm warning you.
You're gonna let me go to prison for complicity? Is that the master pirate's code?
My hands are tied.
Well, let's get this over with. Deputy Boone, you seem to have extracted 100 golden guineas from the royal purse, despite your duty to His Majesty.
So it seems.
In the king's name, I congratulate you, sir. And if I ever catch either one of you breaking even the least ordinance,
Don't get too attached, boy. Well, next week I'll be back on my own river, my own men around me.
I'll give my best to Bluebelly and Little Priest.
Well, that's the way you finagle them.
Oh, forgive him, Captain Snag. Or try to, for his family's sake.
Hey, you're a good woman, Miss Boone. As Solomon once said, and Solomon was something of an authority on the subject. Good woman is more precious than rubies.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Oh, Israel. Make sure you get that roof of your mother's house fixed now.
Yes, sir.
And if you ever find yourself over at my footbridge, you just walk on in there and make yourself welcome.
Sure wish I could come with you.
Well, as much as you take after your father here, there's a pirate in you. Just needs rightening some. Sidewinder, I aim to be square with you before I'm done.
I believe you will be, Joe Snag.